and welcome to the my team builder for this YCL Season 6 Semifinals. Yeah, we made it to semifinals. Spoiler, I guess. This is Ricky Mike, coach of the Virginia Victinis, but if you're here, you probably know that already. We're facing the Trash Town Thievuls, coached by Bishmi. So yeah, he beat Bruno in the quarterfinals last round, which is very impressive. So yeah, he's definitely a coach not to be underestimated. Never faced him before, but here we are. Here is the matchup with my team and his team. You know my team already. I'm gonna talk about a little about his about what he has and what I expect to come to this game and whatnot. First of all, he has a Current. If you ever face a Current before, you know it's not a fun one to face. This thing just spams moves and kills things, and ever since it got freeze drive, water types are not a good check to it anymore. Sorry, Primarina. So yeah, but we'll deal with it when we have to, when time comes. He also has a very good defensive core in Corviknight, Gastrodome, Galarian Whizzing, and even the Sentry Scotch that has a very good matchup this game, in my opinion, mostly because it stops the Cinderace flat out. There's not much Cinderace can do, can't even click. If it comes, it's obviously going to be Flash Fire, so I can't even click Fireballs against it. So yeah, good chance of making an appearance in the game, in my opinion. He also has two very reliable, incredibly reliable rockers in Tyranitar and Aself, which can also be very dangerous offensively. Tyranitar being bulky as heck and Aself just being fast. Uh, he has a ball down that if it didn't get completely shafted this generation by Game Freak and got a Ice Fan, I will actually be scared of it coming. But since it doesn't, I don't expect to come just because I have a Mudsdale that completely stops any sweeping potential that he may have. Uh, he has this thing, the Sidoi. That thing is a threat, man. Um, I don't know when the Sidoi became such a threat, but yeah, this Pokemon is dangerous, mostly because Poltergeist is a dumb move in my opinion. Um, and normally I wouldn't have an issue, checking it since I do have Zapdos, but the problem is that this thing gets Lone Rich, which makes it immune to getting static, right? Paralyzed by static, or taking cheap damage from Ferrothorn's Iron Bars. So it's a very dangerous Pokemon. It's actually a big part why he beat Bruno last week. This thing just sit on something and set up, and he got out of control. So we'll have to be very careful during mocks. This thing has been rather worrisome. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. Last two, he has Beware, which is his normal type, and his Dragon Pole immunity, quote unquote. Um, it's a physical attacker, and he has a real tough time getting past Zapdos and Mudsdale. So I don't expect it to come, but it could come, and if it comes, then that's great. We'll deal with it as well. Lastly, War Turtle is just a War Turtle. It does War Turtle things. It spins and pivots, but it's not a great moment, and I don't expect it to come to this particular game. So, yeah. Anyway, that's his team. It's kind of challenging to now run down which six is going to bring, but we'll prepare for as much as we can. Moving on to the actual team that we're bringing, these are the six. I'm going to talk about them a little bit. Um, First of all, the captain Dragapult this week is running a spell tag set because Hex is a move, and Hex just hits his team ridiculously hard if he is a status and he has and he's not immune. Yeah, there are things like, the Tyranitar or the Beware that can take on that, but I can just freely U-turn on them, and if they get burned, they are almost useless. Um, so that's what we're running the Will-O-Wisp to power up our Hex as well. Draco Meteor just destroys any kind of curing, even one behind a sub, thanks to an Infiltrator ability that we're bringing this week in U-turn. Like I said, it's just U-turning out. Normally I like to run speed boosting nature's Dragapults, but this week we're running Modest because thanks to his thing not being the fastest things in the world, we can afford to outspeed the Bullhound and just hit as hard as we can with Hex. So yeah, enough speed for Bullhound and rest into a special attack and Bulk. Um, this definitely is going to be a centerpiece of the team, and as long as we can status the majority of his team, this team should have no problem cleaning at the end of the game. Next up, we have Instincts, the Zapdos. Uh, just a pretty standard defensive set with a static ability, of course, to punish any kind of U-turns or knockoffs or anything that wants to touch us, as long as it's not long reach, I guess. This thing is my main check to, well, to the Decidueye and to the Center Scotch, so they come. The only issue is that Hurricane has to hit, and we all know how Hurricane is. So we just have to cross our fingers and hope, I guess. Timid nature and 20 speed EVs on speed allows me to always outspeed a max speed Jolai Decidueye. So yeah, even if they are something like choice banded, and they hit us with Poltergeist on the switch, we'll hopefully be able to kill it with a Hurricane before it can hit us again on the following turn. The rest goes, of course, into HP and defense because we don't need anything else. Ball switch. I decided to go with ball switch over U-turn. Yes, he does a Gans but you know that thing doesn't like to take hurricanes. So this way we were gonna go with ball switch. We'll see if we even click it. Rose, of course, needed default just to control hazards. Next up is our upper tier Galarian Slowbro. Yeah, who is actually coming to do the one thing I drafted him for. When I was drafting this thing, funny story, I guess, a good friend told me that the team was a little bit weak to curing, and you know what, they weren't run. So the last the last two members I drafted in this team, which are Slowbro and the Hitmonchan, were meant to deal with Pokemons like Curran and Weavile, I believe. Yeah, and yeah, uh, I saw how this thing on a showdown tournament. I saw how this thing just 1v1 a Curran thanks to the access to Drain Punch, Solbes, and relatively good bulk. And that's what we're bringing this week. Max Pedef with a speed reducing nature because we bump both of our offensive stats to do as much damage as possible without having to invest anything in them. Like I said, Drain Punch will 1v1 the Curran. The only thing Curran could two-shot me with will be Choice Specs Air Power from Modest. And if they lock into that, I can freely go into Zapdos the next turn, you know, just do things. Uh, the fact that we have Regenerator allows me to recover health every time comes that I go out, so that's great. As far as our first move is going to be Future Side because Future Side just hits his entire team. The only thing that doesn't hit on his team is the Tyranitar, which I will be glad to bait in and hit with a Drain Punch on the switch as he comes in to take the Future Side. A Sludge Bomb is just for neutral coverage into things like Asolf and Galarian Whizzing, the Decidueye in case it decides to want to come in for free, and it can, you know, it has 30% chance to status, which is a good synergy with a Dragon Ball. Last move, I originally had Flamethrower, but after doing some research, turns out that Flamethrower doesn't tow you if you use it while you're frozen, and because this thing is meant to switching into what is more likely always ice moves from the Current, we definitely need to be able to reliably tow from a random freeze. So we're going with a Skull. Skull is a good middle ground in my opinion, and it hits the main thing that Flamethrower was supposed to hit, which was Corviknight. Not as hard as Flamethrower, of course, but if we can get a burn, it becomes a lot easier for Dragapult to deal with. Because Corviknight is the other thing that can come in, take a Future Sight reliably, and recover it. So yeah, Slowbro, I'm very excited that one of my Lord tier Smolder is coming to the semifinals. So we'll see how he does. Next up is Shinra the Cinderace, and I know I did say last week that I don't normally bring Scarf Cinderace, and that is true. However, this game I think is pretty good. Like I said, Pyro Ball is just so spammable against his team, with them only having two teams that want to take a Pyro Ball. Well, Tyranitar too, but you know, we have U-turn for that, which I'm not too worried about. But U-turn, yeah, allows me to pivot in and out into his team. Originally, I had Jump Kick as the last move because, you know, it allows me to Revenge a setup curing or Tyranitar, but as you all know, that has a nasty tendency to missing and losing me games, and I have enough of that with Fireball already. So we're going with low kick because actually, looking at the matchup again, the only two things I want to hit on his team with a fighting type move to revenge them are the Tyranitar and the Curing, and both of them are very heavy. I believe low kick has a base power of 120 on the Tyranitar and 100 on the Curing. So 100% accurate move with a high base power, I'll take it. I think he'll do the job that he needs. The last move is attack in acrobatics, mostly for the center scourge. If for whatever reason in an emergency I need to switch in the Cinderace into the center scourge to take a hit and uh, they catch me with a knockoff instead of a Fire Lash, then that removes their item and we can hit it back with acrobatics at 110 base power, which will definitely give them trouble. So yeah, I like that very much. I don't know if it will come up, but I figure that that will be our best bet. The last 2 months are gonna be our uh, workhorses from last week's game. We are both coming this week with somewhat similar sets. Well, not really. This time we have a physically defensive mod still. Main reason is because it's here to stop things like Tyranitar if he wants to run something like Choice Band, or you know, um, the Beware if it decides to come. Um, Earthquake is, brainless. You just spam all of this instinct. Body Press will allow me to do a lot of damage to Curien and break subs. It allows me to hit Tyranitar. It allows me to probably 1v1 the Corviknight if I get a bunch of defense boosts and they need to start roosting. So yeah, Body Press is just a good move. Um, Toxic is to, again, just status his whole team, because once his team is status, Dragapult can start putting the finest of works. Um, Payback is exclusively for the C2I. I don't plan to be in front of the C2I with Modsdale, but if the situation ever comes where they had to be in front of each other, uh, I don't want that the CDI feeling I can just freely set up instead in front of Modi. If he decides to attack, I should always leave one hit and just hit it back with a payback, 100 base power payback, which won't kill it, but it will do a lot of damage. So yeah, this is exclusively for Orbit. Could have run other moves, but like I say, I'm worried about the CDI, so this is what it is. As far as EVs, as much bulk as possible on the physical side, because that's what this thing is here for. I believe this is enough speed to out creep a Gastrodon with a neutral nature and no speed, mostly because if I am in front of that thing and we're about to die, or I don't want to switch anything else into a Skull or an Ice Beam or Air Power, I can go ahead and Toxicate first and then die, and then Dragapult can come in for free and just nuke it with a Hex. So yeah, Multidel, all reliable. Moving on, the last member of our team is the Gajil and the Ferroturn, and man, did I have a lot of. This set has gone through a lot of iterations, to be honest. Originally, I was gonna have Sassy Max Special Defense to take 2 Ice Beams from the Current. However, like I said, the Cedo worries me. Um, Mostly because, Hurricane can miss and Bishop is weak to one of his stabs, so we're gonna put in a little bit more physical bulk on this thing to be able to take some hits. With the Citrus Berry, it actually allows me to still leave 2 Ice Beams from the Curing and probably revenge it with a Gyro Ball, just because it puts the Citrus Berry activated and puts me out of range, which is great. Um, so, but uh, what is this thing? Oh yeah, good old Stealth Rocks, because they're always needed when you face a team that is as bulky as this one, that will rely a lot on switching, in my opinion. Knockoff just is already well, takes away items. Thunder Wave is kind of like the tech, quote unquote. This thing will. The main reason why this is here is because Ferroton is kind of a free switch into Corviknight or Galarian Whizzing for them to defog. So if I'm able to catch them either as they're switching into us to defog, or as they're defogging while we're on the field, instead of switching out, we can catch with a T-Wave, and again, becomes a lot easier for Shingo to revenge them. Um, originally I had a Chopple Berry for the Focus Blast from Current, then I changed it to an Okaberry to leave a Flamethrower from Weezing. But Furturn is so dang bulky that it actually leaves Flamethrower from a no special investment Weezing if I'm above 50. So, and if I don't get hit by a fire type move or by a fire type move, this is kind of reliable. So I ended up settling on the Citrus Berry because, like I said, it puts me out of range of some 2 hit KOs, and at the same time, it has the potential to wall a setup um, C2I. Um, unless they bring its different stuff, Spirit Shackle, yeah, which is uh, significantly weaker than Poltergeist. Um, Shout out to the match that I had during the season versus, I think it was Grandmaster D-Ray, where we ran a similar set to this with a Citrus Berry to wall their Delmise, and same thing happened. It hit me with a powerful Poltergeist. It activated Citrus Berry, and once we lost the item, that thing couldn't touch us, and we could just do things for free. So yeah, third turn, good or reliable as always. Yeah, hopefully it will do things this game. But anyway, that is the team. Hopefully you enjoy the game, and hopefully it's a good game, and we'll see you on the game. Bye now. Okay, and we're back. Yeah, he must have run out of time deciding what he wanted to bring, so he ended up selecting only 2 Pokemon. Uh, so yeah, we're gonna redo this. I didn't say same leads, but I'm gonna assume that he knows that it's supposed to be the same leads, and let's see how this goes. Again, good luck, have fun to beat me, and let's see what can we do here. Um, Yep, there's the Curing. There's a Shinra. Yeah, okay. Cool. Cool. So we go ahead and U-turn here. As we get it off. That's about as much as I expected it to do. He did bring the Decidueye, right? I should be taking notes of this. So we're gonna go to our Slowbro, just to take the hit, I guess. Ooh, Draco. Okay, that's fine. As long as we don't get crit, we should be okay. We are perfectly fine with that. Uh-huh. Yep, okay, cool. Let me make a mental note of what his team is. Decidueye, Beware, okay. Yeah, okay. I'm just gonna do a quick calc. Draco, yeah, okay. He's probably a Scarf. 130. I had to play fast, so he did 36. Yeah, mean roll, or he might be timid. I'm gonna head Future Sight. I mean, he's obviously switching, right? Yeah. Into Iki, which is Corviknight. Yeah, that's fine with me. Oh, absolutely fine. Yeah, unfortunately, we don't have. Unfortunately, we don't. Well, no, it's fine. If he U-turns, he could U-turn into a number of things. And I'm thinking he's going to U-turn. Then again, I mean, if you U-turn, you risk the hit, so I'm gonna go into Instinct. Take my Aperture. Uh-huh. It's gonna Light Screen. So he's trying to set up. Okay, that's good to know. Yeah, that's perfectly fine with me. I'm gonna go ahead and defog this. That is fine. We're U-turning, risking the para. No activation, that is fine. His mirror armor, I had to remember that too. Nice crit Corvina, it's a fun set, I have run it before. It's pretty fun stuff. Like, it's probably the Gastro. Yeah, it is the Gastro. It's gonna take the future side, which is great for us. It's not lefties, which is good to know. At this point, we just go into our upper tier. Oh, sorry, Arthur Gajil. Yeah, what am I saying? As he just air powers. That does a freaking ton. Oh, it's a critical hit. Okay, it's fine. We're gonna go ahead and stall rock. It's unfortunate we had to take that much damage. He's gonna go into the Corby, right? Yeah. Okay. He goes into the Corby, which is perfectly fine with us. We set up a stealth rocks. I don't want to mess around with this. I'm gonna go ahead back. I'm gonna go back into instinct. Light screen. That's very interesting. Let's think about this. All right, he's not switching, at least not manually. He could be U-turning, which will be, scary. All right. No activation. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Unless he's bad. But it is what it is. Not a problem. Wondering if he's gonna go back into the Gastro. Are we going back into the Gastrodome here? That Gastro took a decent amount of damage from the future side, so my guess is that it's probably a spit death. Ringo. Back into the Kyurem. Okay. He takes those beautiful Stealth Rocks damage. Yeah. He could go for a number of things. I guess we just go back to upper tier. Yeah, that confidence is not boot, obviously. He could just air power, but if he does, he does. Perfect. We take it, no problem. Yep. He might do it again. I wouldn't mind. I'm just gonna future sight because we saw how much damage that does to things. Yeah, he's gonna withdraw. Going back into Buka. Interesting. I don't think you want to stay with this versus a future sight. But that's just what I think. He's gonna recover some health because he's that sad. I could go into Zapdos. Admittedly, I can just sludge bomb you. I think you're gonna try to defog here. Yeah, he's just defogging. Right? You can go ahead and catch the sludge bomb. That does beautiful damage. Right? Okay, there's no way you're staying in to take the future sight. So I'm gonna predict that you go to Corviknight or to something else. Iki, if we can get a burn here, that would be fantastic. Come on. Please? No burn. Takes a decent chunk for the future side. Oh, because he gets a crit. Alright, well, crit for a crit, I guess. I guess we're even now. Can't complain. He knows I'm gonna switch. But I'm gonna make an aggressive play and go into Shinra. If he Braves there, he Braves there. I'm pretty sure I can take the hit. He's gonna roost. Great. Okay. Alright, well, no reason for us not to start clicking Pyro here. He's definitely gonna go into the Gastrodome. Or he could U-turn, thinking that I'm not gonna there. Nope. He's gonna stay. Calling my bluff. Unfortunately, Corviknight is such a beast that he actually takes that hit. But he's not liking taking damage. He's definitely not liking it. So he has to go into Gastrodome, for sure. Right? And there's the Gastrodome. Yep. Now, I could see him doing a number of things at this point. I just had to go Gajil. We're going to Gajil. He's going to try Toxicus. Perfect. I think we always Stealth Rock here. Stealth Rock, that's very good against the Current. Yeah, he's just going to withdraw. He's going to go into the Whizzing. Buka is the Whizzing. Yes, indeed. Yeah, he's just going to try to Stealth Rock here. He's just going to defog, I mean. Which is completely fine with me. He's recovering health, like I said. I know I can take a Flamethrower from here. So I'm going to go ahead and knock you off. Overhit. Ooh. That I might not take. 2 HP. Jesus Christ. That is crazy. Alright, well, Ferroton does take that hit. Which is good. But it's kind of low now. Okay. Okay, that's fine. He's gonna defog, right? Yeah. If he kills the Ferroton here, that is not horrible. He's gonna defog, yeah. I figured that he will do something like that. Yep. Can we land the Thunder Wave? We do land it. That's great. Dragapult destroys this now. Okay. Let's go to... we go to you. There's not much he can do, but he's Levitate, so there's not much I can do to it either. I don't want him burning me. So we're gonna go to Instinct. I'm gonna try to land a Hurricane. He's thinking about this. You could just overhit, and you will get rid of the Ferroturn. But at the same time, I didn't want to take that overhit with he's gonna withdraw it. Are you gonna go into Orihini? That's fine. Yeah, no, this is completely fine. Yep. Go into Instinct. I want to see if I can take Zapdos with my custom set versus a Beware. If you're Choice Banded for whatever reason. Level 50. Ice Punch. That's a good chunk. I don't want to take that risk. I'm just gonna Ball Switch. If he goes Gastro, he goes Gastro. Huh. He must have the Lesties on this. Yeah, and that is fine. Well, you don't do nearly mass damage anymore, right? I'm gonna Hurricane here. I think you go Gastro. He's thinking about it, though, which is absolutely fair. I wonder if you're sub-toxic. All right, we do hit it. Can we please kill? Let's go! Sappy, thank you. Thank you, Sappy. Okay. That's good. We got rid of the immunity, I guess. So, yeah. My guess is he goes into... he has to go Gastrodon here. He could go Curran. If he goes Curran, that it's fine. Rindo. Interesting. Yeah. Okay. Aperture takes hits all day. He does a good switch into the Decidueye. Yeah. Okay. Excellent play. Excellent play. Yeah. Yeah. The question is now, do you kill me with a Poltergeist? Surely you kill me with a Poltergeist. Decidueye. Future Banded. Level 50 versus Slowbro. My custom set. Yeah, Poltergeist will murder me. We gotta go back into Instinct. Poltergeist. Heavy Duty Woods. Let's see how much you do. Yeah, I can take those. Let me see how much it did. Zapdos. Or Zapdos. We're custom set. Yeah, you're not Choice Bandit at least. I can go ahead and Roost here. He's 100% probably gonna switch. You shouldn't risk this. This is your Wing Kong now. He could Source Dance. If he Source Dances, he Source Dances. That's fine. Mind games, man. Mind games. When did this Decidueye become such a threat? In Pred, I noticed how rather scary that Pokemon can be. Or during prep, I guess, is what I should say. He goes Gastro, that is fine. That is okay. We can go ahead and Roost this. If you're a defensive Gastro, how much are you taking from our Gastrodon? If you are not, this much. Take a good chunk. I really don't want to have to deal with that. Could use Aperture for a number of things. Okay, I'm gonna Hurricane once. And we do hit it. We do get a Confusion. Is he gonna hit his Confusion? Oh, he has a Berry. Oh, he's a Lumberry. Oh, he went for the Air Power. That's tragic. Okay, so if we hit this Hurricane, we kill it. So yeah, this is a interesting play. I guess we kind of have to go now, right? All right, we do go for a Hurricane. Oh, so close. Ah, that is such a shame. Okay. So I can see him doing a number of things. I just have to be very careful how I do this. Let's go into Kajil, as he's probably gonna recover. Is my guess. Yeah, he just recovers. Yeah, that is fine. Since you don't have an item anymore, I'm gonna go ahead and try to save Stealth Rocks before dying. Hopefully you don't kill me with an air power. Come on, Jill. Can we clutch? We don't clutch. Dang. Oh, another crit, man. I don't know if that matter, but it's such a shame. All right, let's go, Bishop. Yeah, a number of things we can do here. We got Toxic. And we land the Toxic. That's great. Okay. Dragapult can deal with you now. Yep. Takes that. He Toxic us back. That's perfectly fine. That's absolutely okay with me. Yep. That's fine. So you have air power. You have Toxic. How much is my Dragapult taking? Dragapult. Custom set versus Gastrodome. If you are poison. Poison. Yeah, you take a ton. And if you have Ice Beam, you do about half. So yeah, let's go to Shingo. He could just burn me, which will be completely fine with me. Withdraw. Going to Shingo. I see he's gonna withdraw as well. Goes into Buka. That thing is not living. That thing is not living. Wheezing. Defensive. If you are paralyzed, you're 252. Yeah, you're not living this hit. So we just go for Hex here. Let's go. All right. Take out that thing. That's very good for us. Having Stealth Rocks up will be great, but you know, it is what it is. He has to go to C2I, and the C2I should be able to leave a hit. C2I. 252. Yeah, he goes to C2I. He leaves a hit. Yeah, Draco doesn't kill you. What if your choice Scarf? You couldn't be double choice Scarf though. I didn't see another move on you though. I had to go Sappy. Yeah, I can't risk. I can't risk my Dragapult right now. Yeah, he's gonna Swords Dance. That is scary. That is very scary. We Hurricane. Yeah, this is quite scary. I am very nervous here. We do hit it. Thank God. Just rips through it, man. Just rips through it. Oh, a critical hit. I am so sorry, man. I am so sorry. I don't know if you leave that. That is a very high power move from a super effective stab. I am so sorry, man. Yeah, he goes to this thing. Yeah, this thing's scary. This thing's scary. All right, he has. Yeah, he's in a rough spot right now. I don't need Moody anymore. He has done more than enough. So we're just gonna sack it so we can get a clean sweep, clean swap into the slow bro. He's gonna ice beam. That's perfectly fine. No, I could have taken one. Well, that's good to know. Get a lefties up. Right. So we just Earthquake here, right? I mean, we body praise in case he decides to go something else for whatever reason. He's just gonna Ice Beam. That's fine with me. Because I don't want to play around with the dumb freeze chance, I'm gonna go Shinra and low kick. Oh, I can't believe he didn't bring the Senti Scorch. That would have been a clutch brain, man. Yeah. You definitely not take this hit very well. So let's see if you let me kill it. He's gonna go into Nike. Yeah, this thing doesn't enjoy this. Take some damage. Might try to stall some turns. That's fine with me. I just go Instinct. I realistically don't need it anymore. If he decides he wants to go Corviknight to try to get some health back, then good on him. Here is Sappy. He's just gonna Ice Beam. Good play. We don't get frozen, so that's perfectly fine. He wouldn't kill us with another one. We can just Hurricane here. And we landed. Man, those Hurricanes have been brutal for him. And a confusion. I'm so sorry, man. That's been Radic Haxi. Ah, that is so unfortunate. That is so unfortunate. Yep. Gastron goes down. Oof, this is so rough, man. This is so rough. Yeah, losing semifinals like that definitely hurts. It will hurt anybody. I completely understand it. But yeah, that's just how the cookie crumbles sometimes, right? He's gonna Ice Beam. There's no reason for me to do anything. Sappy, you had done an incredible job. If for whatever reason he doesn't, or he just... Nah, he's gonna Ice Beam. He has to Ice Beam. Yeah. Yeah. That's cool. Sappy goes down. Shinra comes in. Shinra can just low kick a few times because that Corviknight is super low. I'm not even bothered calcing this. I know these skills. I believe these skills. And if he doesn't, he's locking to Ice Beam. What is he gonna do? There goes low kick. Yep. Kieran's a really heavy Pokemon, man. Really heavy. And the light screen's Corviknight, it's not gonna be enough, man. Yeah, I think low kick might kill it from here. I mean, it's a Corviknight. It's steel. It's literally a steel bird. He has to be super heavy. Come on, Shinra. Let's do it for the boys. Let's go! Oh, he was Rocky Helmet. Good to know. And like that, we make it to finals. Thank you, Vision, for the game. Good games. I'm sorry about all the hacks, man. That was a crucial turn between the Zapdos and the Sido. I knew you enjoyed running your Swords and Sets, and Long Reach prevents static. So yeah, no. At this point, I had to just go for it, and luckily we landed it, and it was a critical hit. So I'm so sorry, man. But thank you for the fun battle. Next week, we are. I'm not gonna say who our opponent is, even though I know who it is. But I will definitely tune in if I were you. If you make it this far into the game, into the video, thank you for watching, and we'll see you next week. Bye.